All right. So, welcome. I have to say welcome because I mean we've
Thank
never
you.
really met before.
I know.
I only know you because one of my subscribers is a big fan of yours. I don't even know how he found me, to be honest with you. It's
That's
just
awesome.
it's just one of those things. I mean, I know you from Hollow Knight. Like I've seen your videos. They popped up on my recommendation a while ago, actually.
Yeah.
And I mean, I saw them in passing, and then um, when the subscriber, I don't remember the subscriber's name right now, but when he's recommended to raid you, I was like, I know who he is. I've seen him before. This is the Hollow Knight dude.
Yeah.
And
I somehow that became my shtick. I kind of
he,
picked a game and it kind of started working, so I did more and more on that game. I'm just like, well, I became that guy.
well, I mean, YouTube is a weird platform. It really is because you have that happen a lot. That you like it. Sometimes it happens with just this one game, and sometimes it's a random video that you did. You know,
Yeah.
and it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like I have videos that I did like maybe a year ago, and all of a sudden it starts getting traction. Not, I
Yeah.
mean, not like an astronomical amount of traction, but I mean something that's weird that like I just see as an anomaly. All of a sudden it goes from like having a couple hundred views to now having a couple thousand views, and it's like,
Yeah.
when
Pops
did
off
that
and
happen? You know, was that kind of how it happened for you with Hollow Knight?
with Hollow Knight, when I was about to start playing it, I was already kind of dabbling in different games. So I kind of just came off of Zelda Breath of the Wild, was playing around with
Good game.
um yeah, I know, right? So good. I was having a lot of fun with that. That's actually where my channel started.
I don't mean
Yeah.
to cut you off really quick. I only have one
Yeah.
gripe with Breath of the Wild, and
Yeah,
that's
tell me.
the music.
Really?
Yes, because it doesn't have like it's a very quiet game. Like when you're out in
It
the
is
open,
quiet, yeah.
it's very quiet. It doesn't have the iconic Zelda music like when you're going through the fields like you normally get if you were playing like Ocarina of Time or whatever. You know, you're used to hearing the soundtracks, and
Yeah.
it's a lot of
But the
quiet.
music really enhances what's going on. So as you crest the ridge of a mountain, all of
Right.
a sudden the music just really just gives it just a little bit to be like, wow, that's beautiful, and the music kind of
Yeah,
chimes in just a little bit right then
it's
and
very
there.
dynamic in the way that it
Yeah.
approaches things. And I can appreciate that. It's just
It ebbs and flows.
yeah, I'm just used to like because Ocarina of Time is my favorite Zelda game, and I'm just so used to being out in the field and just hearing the
Dun,
music. It's
dun, dun, dun,
yeah,
dun, dun,
it just gives me
dun, the
that
entire time you're out there.
yeah, it gives me
Yeah,
that adventurous kind of feel. You know,
I hear you.
that's the only reason why for me. That's the only gripe I have with the game, but it's a fantastic game though.
Yeah,
But as you
it's a
were
great game.
saying,
Oh yeah, so then I touched on Sea of Thieves, did a couple tutorials and some live streams on that, and then I keep pinging on different things until I find something that works. So I did a couple of Hollow Knight videos. I think I did some live streams and wasn't getting too many bites from that. And then I did a couple of tutorials, and I was like, wow, some of these have 2,000 views, 3,000 views, and for me, especially at the time, that was like kind of a lot ish. It was a
right?
little bit more than a normal video in a short period of time anyways. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try this a little bit more. So I made a couple more Hollow Knight videos, and again I was still doing other stuff, Zelda Breath of
Hmm.
the Wild and stuff like that. And then I had one of my videos just like really jump off, and and then I just doubled, tripled, quadrupled down, and I actually was deployed for a little while when I was making my Hollow Knight videos. So I was working 12-hour long days,
Uh huh.
sometimes longer, coming home to basically barracks,
Right.
and then I would record my videos, and I would record three like a couple videos during the week, and then when I had oh, it's actually man, it was a while ago, and so it's just like, wait a minute, I did the opposite. On my one day off, we had 5 days on, one day off.
Uh
On
huh.
my day off, I'd record 5 videos, and then during the week after work, I would edit those videos because it would be noisy or whatever, it'd be busy,
Right.
and
Right.
I was putting out videos like crazy, and then that's when the channel really started to take off, is from those Hollow Knight videos, and when I was putting out really consistent and really to the point tutorials.
Without giving too much away, because I'm a big stickler on like keeping private life private because there's
Uh-huh.
weirdos on the internet. Just curious, what branch of the military are you in?
I'm in the Air Force Reserves.
Okay, because I mean, I see the
So
jackets
yeah.
behind you.
Yeah. So I fix airplanes and do all the radios and radar.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, so I try not to. So without getting too in depth or anything
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's I basically I yeah fix the radios. So the pilots will say, "Hey, something's broken," and we have to fix it. So we always say that it takes a college level education to break it and a high school education to fix it.
Really
So
backwards?
yeah, it's funny like that, but you know they're doing big stuff. We just joke around about it because it's not their job to know how to fix each of these different little
Right,
parts. But
right.
yeah, it's interesting. It's a really fun job and it's completely different. So yeah, the other thing, what I do on the civilian side, so military is 1 week in a month, and then I deploy every now and again. I probably deployed about 7 times all over the world now. And on the civilian side, I'm an accountant.
Okay.
Yeah, like completely opposite end of the spectrum. So
Right.
accountant by day, YouTuber by night, and then military fixing planes and stuff as
Right.
well.
And
So
right now is
yeah.
like your busy time too because it's tax season.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yep. So even though we're not like because tax season gets closer to like April, that's when everyone really starts to scramble, right?
Right. Last
But
minute
right
people.
now, yeah. So I do financial accounting. So right now is my time for not only month end close of December, but then year end close, and then preparing everything for the tax professionals
Yeah.
to do their thing. So it's really just like providing all the support that says, hey, we have X number of dollars in assets. Here's all the proof. Here's all the receipts, et cetera, et cetera. So we're doing all the legwork now,
Right.
and it's a lot. It's a
Yeah.
lot.
No, I bet. I mean, I work as well, and I mean, it's tough. People don't understand how hard it is to be a content creator and a streamer. Like, it's one thing if you just record videos or if you just live stream, but if you're doing both, it's tough. It's very
Yeah.
tough. People don't seem like people. I get people all the time. They say, "Oh, I want to get into content creation, and what should I do? How should I get into it?"
Mm-hmm.
And I don't sugarcoat it for them. I tell them like, look, it's not easy, man.
It's
The thing is,
hard.
you're gonna have a lot of live streams or a lot of videos that are not gonna get any views. You're gonna sit
Yep.
there live streaming with nobody in there, and you have to be patient. You have to find out what works for you. As
I
a,
wouldn't even recommend live streaming as a means to grow at all.
uh,
Like,
uh,
period. Like, that's hard. That's like there's very few ways to get discovered as a live streamer. Like
yeah,
everyone on Twitch says, "Hey, Twitch is not a content discovery platform. You're not going to grow here. You need to do stuff everywhere else." YouTube will has a little bit better, but man, videos is so much better for the longevity of being discovered. I've got videos that are
yes,
years old that are like you said, years old, they're popping off.
yes,
And then you go to live stream and those videos, once they end, point to your live stream.
yes. I mean, the thing that YouTube did, I want to say recently, like in the past year, that kind of like hurt us as gaming content creators. They took away YouTube gaming, and
YouTube is going to do big stuff with live streaming. They're going to come back in a big way, and I
the,
wouldn't
I
count them out.
I think I'm sure they are. It's just one of the things, like having the gaming section or the gaming app or the gaming website for YouTube. It
Yeah.
gave people a place to go just for gaming content,
Yep.
and it made it easier for them to find
Live
us
stream.
and live streams exactly. And honestly, for me, most people found my channel from live streaming in the beginning,
Okay.
and I actually got like, I mean, I was kind of grandfathered in when they switched over to the 4,000 hours watch time and all that stuff. I was
Yeah.
grandfathered in from before. I'm sure you were too.
I actually missed it
Oh,
by
did you?
hours.
Oh
Hours.
my god.
I hit
Oh.
I hit the goal the day of the cutoff or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and it didn't count for whatever reason, and then it took me like 4 months to get up
Oh.
to the to get approved for the
Yeah, yeah,
process
yeah.
the application
Right,
to go
right.
through. Yeah,
Oh, that's rough then. So,
it is what it is. It wasn't.
yeah, I mean it's not that big a deal, but I'm what I'm getting at is like doing the live streams allowed me to get my watch time relatively easy.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
for sure.
in regards to what you said, is like doing videos to grow with subscribers and stuff like that, I do agree with that. But the live streaming definitely helps to get that watch time up, because if you do a 10-minute video, your watch time does grow, but not as quickly as people sitting down watching you for a couple hours. And
Yeah, for sure.
that's the way that I see it as far as the getting discovered and all of that stuff. But I have to ask you,
Yeah.
what's with the glasses?
Part of it is I've got a really big key light right here, and you can kind of actually
I
see
see
it
it,
in the
yeah.
glasses. Like it's really bright. And then also as we're talking, like I can glance over here and you don't know that I'm
Right.
like half the time I'm over here looking at you. So it feels like I'm talking to you, but the entire time I'm talking here. So
Right.
when I'm doing my live streams, I can kind of point my face a little bit at the camera, and I feel like there's a little bit more of a connection. Even though you don't see
Gotcha.
my eyes, I feel like there's a little bit more there.
Because
Part of
it
it's a
feels
key
like
light,
you're looking at them.
and that's the thing is I
Yeah.
try to give the body language of it's us. We're hanging out, we're talking,
Right.
we're doing a
Right.
thing. But when I'm live streaming, I can also I don't know I can. There's
Well,
something to that.
I
I
was
hate it when I'm watching live streamers and they're always like over here and they're never looking at me. But with the
right.
glasses, sometimes you're like, I think he's looking at me.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know.
I was asking because I mean, you know how some content creators or streamers they put on a persona. So
Yeah.
when I first saw you, I was like, he kind of reminds me of like a nice version of Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, right.
Because
You know,
the glasses, nice cut hair, you got a mustache going, but you're clean as opposed to Dr. Disrespect. So I was like, okay, all right, maybe that's what he's doing. So I wasn't 100% sure.
so it actually a big part of it was when I was deployed, I didn't have a logo, and one of the guys who I was deployed with, who was riding in the truck with me, he was my wingman essentially, right? I told him I needed a logo. He literally just grabbed those 3 different pieces, the hair, the glasses, and the mustache, from clip art and made it on his phone. And then I turned it into a patch, which you can actually see right there. And I got one right here.
Oh,
too.
yeah, I see it. Yeah, on your.
Yeah. So he turned it into a patch. And then that was so cool that when I got home, I already had the mustache. I
Right.
wore the glasses. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just do it on the channel when I get home. And so, because when I was making videos while I was deployed, I never had my camera on because I didn't have all my gear. I was working off of a laptop,
Right.
an Elgato HD60, not even an S or a Pro or anything.
Yeah,
Like
I have that too.
the old guy. Yeah, I was bare bones. The only thing that was nice was I took this microphone with me, and it just made it work. And so when I turned on the camera, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep the mustache for a little while. I'm gonna kind of brand it a little bit, I'm gonna stick out a little bit more than just an average white guy kind of doing whatever. I don't know.
But that it's a good
just gotta
logo.
stick out a little bit.
It's a good logo.
It's a
It's
good
very
logo.
clean. You get a whole bunch of different people. They do a whole bunch of logos. And you're like, I have no idea what that is. Your logo, it looks like you. That's like, okay, that's him. That's Relyea. I mean, that's
It works.
you can't mistake it for anybody else. That's clearly you. And like I said, it's very clean. It's not very convoluted, and like you don't need to have like your name across it or anything like that. That's just how it, like, you could essentially put that on a t-shirt, and that's.
I think I got one.
Oh, you have one.
Yeah, I've got the. I don't have my mug with me, but yeah, I do have that logo on a shirt and the mug. Finally set it up for what is it, Teespring or whatever.
Oh, nice.
So it's fun. I don't know. It's just kind of my wife enjoys it. She's like, yeah, one day we're gonna look back at this and think how cool this was. I'm like, yeah.
And that's that's the thing. I mean, we got to have fun while we can doing this.
Yeah.
Where did the name Relyea come from?
It's my last name.
Oh, is it?
It's just something that is not very common.
Right.
I think that I don't know exactly where it originates from. I think it's like French and German and I don't know, something. I think it's more common on the East Coast, and there's a couple of Relyas up in Washington, but not a whole lot of us out in California. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the name that you made up.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's kind of tough because it doesn't really have a whole lot of meaning for anybody else.
Right.
But then it's like, okay, it's me, and I can do kind of whatever I want with the name because it is me. I don't know. I thought about doing like some sort of like gaming, great gamer. I don't know. I felt like I can change it later if I want to, but I don't know. It works. It's fun whenever we raid somebody and people are like, Relyea, Yay! Thanks for the raid. So it's
Yeah.
fun.
Well, I mean, people try to say my name all the time. They can never get it right.
Yeah,
Um,
I had to listen a couple of times. I'm like, Gotians,
m- mo-
Gotians games.
most people will say it Gotians, and I'm like, just
Yeah,
Goshen. That's the easiest way
yeah,
to do it. So I get it. I get it. Um, I wanted to go back to Hollow Knight for a minute because,
yeah. Of course.
like I said, that's where you basically started blowing up from. I see you still do videos on Hollow Knight, right? Is
Yeah, I'm not getting away from it anytime soon. I'm just waiting for Hollow Knight Silk Song to come out, and I've played through Hollow Knight. I've done pretty much all the tutorials that I really want to do. Short of doing like really small bosses that people should be able to do anyways.
mhm,
Um, and so now it's like I'm gonna get into a couple of mods here and there, and I'm just I don't know, kind of change things up a little bit.
right.
But while I'm waiting for Silk Song, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to branch out, play some other games, and kind of see how that goes until yeah. And then once Silk Song comes out, I'm gonna probably try and take a couple days off work, and I don't know if I'll live stream it or if I'll do a let's play versions of it. I have no idea what my plan is, to be honest, but I'm gonna play the heck out of that game. I
And
cannot wait.
there's no release date for it yet, right?
No release date. The
Yeah.
last information we got was coming soon, and that was at the June E3. So
But the stuff that they shown
been a
looks
while.
really clean. Like that, it
It
looks
looks
like it's
good.
gonna be a lot of fun.
It looks really good. Yeah. So they announced it
Uh-huh.
in February of last year. And so yeah, I remember exactly where I was definitely deployed at that time when they announced it. So I'm excited to see it come out. And so yeah, like I said, so my core audience wants nothing but Hollow Knight, but then some of them are like, hey, can you play something else too? So I'm trying to manage that.
Yeah,
Um,
I understand that completely. That's how YouTube, Twitch is. I mean, like people
yep.
find you for one thing and that's all they want to see.
And
And
I'm happy to provide. It's one of those things where I'm finding out that I'm not a big personality. For some people I am. For my like super hardcore fans,
mhm,
they want to watch me play anything, and it's really cool, and the live streams are a way to like hang out and build community. Like that's
right.
what the live streams are for. And the tutorials are all cut dry to the point. Hey, we're going to go over this, that, and the other. Let's jump right in. And it is no longer than it absolutely needs to be. I'm not wasting anybody's time. I'm I'm sure you've seen it. How many tutorials have you watched that are 10 minutes and 1 seconds long for something
Yeah.
that should only be 2 minutes because they're trying to shove 3 ads down your throat?
Yeah, I mean, look, I've done that. Not tutorial wise, but like information wise, where a couple times I might stretch it out just a couple seconds. Because if I'm already there like 9 minutes and 50 something seconds, I'm like, you know what, whatever. But no,
Yeah.
I get it. If it doesn't need to be long, I'm not gonna make it long. You know, I'll
Yeah.
make it short as possible to try to avoid all of that nonsense. But you know, it's have you played any of the other Metroidvania style games like Celeste or anything like that?
I did. Like I've been a lifelong gamer. Like I started at like 5 or 6 years old. Not like I chose that or any like
Right.
my parents got me a Nintendo when I was super little, like probably before I even knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And so I've been playing Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. Um yeah, I've been playing for forever. But as far as more recently, yes, I did play Celeste. I was on my way home from that same deployment when I played Celeste. So I beat the entire game in one sitting,
Oh, did you?
um, but not like B-sides and all the other stuff.
Right, right.
And I honestly, people get upset at me when I say this. I did not like the movement nearly as much as Hollow Knight because with Celeste, your dash ability could only go straight up. It was 45 degrees and off to the side, right?
Mhm.
So it felt so much more limiting than with Hollow Knight or even Mario or a lot of other games when it came to just movement in general. I just something
Really?
about it just didn't feel as good.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I always say like not every game speaks to everybody. You
Yeah.
know, and that's the beauty of video games, because we get to enjoy so many different types of video games, and just because one person might like it doesn't mean that I'll like it. I mean, that's just how it
Yep.
is. I mean, you got all these people that love Fortnite. I can't stand Fortnite.
It's a builder. It's not like shooting is not its core mechanic, at least in my book. Like, I don't know, because I grew up with shooters too for like the 10 years after Halo came out. Halo
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3, The Division, right, all those, everything in between. I don't know. There's something about Fortnite where the shooting just doesn't feel like the core. It feels like if you're not building
Well,
and obviously mixing that in as well, it's just different. I
Well,
don't know.
that's because at its core, Fortnite is a builder, like you said. If you ever played the
Yeah.
actual game, because the battle royale part of that's not the actual game. That was supposed to be like a side thing, but it blew up.
Yeah.
The actual game itself is like a survival mode where you team up with your friends and you build a fort to fight incoming hordes of monsters.
Yeah.
That's the core of the game, and that's the part of the game that I actually do like. I just don't like the battle royale of it. But
Yeah.
again, I mean, it's not made for everybody. It's one of those things where it's like you named all those shooters. I mean, I've never really been big on shooters myself. I've always been more of like a RPG, horror, action adventure style player. I mean, that's just my niche, and I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And that's why I tell everybody, look, I'm not faulting you for liking it. I'm not bashing you for liking it. You like what you like. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. I'll give you my
And
opinions.
what you like will change over time too.
Right, exactly.
So
I will full
yeah.
on give my opinions on different video games if you ask me, because I play a lot of video games even outside of my normal genres. But
Yep.
at the end of the day, my opinion's my opinion.
Yep.
Take it how you will, but don't take my opinion as like it's law. Just because I like it means that you can't like it. That's not what
Yeah.
this is about. This is about having fun. And it's, man, I just, there's some games where I'll be like, it's like, for me, my opinion is absolute trash, but other people will enjoy it. And just a little tangent. I don't know why I just went off on that. It
You're good.
just happened. Fortnite does that to me. So okay, so you said you've been a big gamer for a long time. What's your favorite game?
Oh man, see, that's like when people ask me like, "What's your favorite game?" or even like top 5. It's just like there's been so many. I forgot a lot of the games I've even played. But
Okay.
off the top of my head, if I had to throw a couple out,
All right.
Hollow Knight is one of the best games I've ever played of all time.
Okay.
It's up there. Mario 64 was one of the biggest generational leaps from the 2D Marios to 3D. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
Super Mario RPG was my favorite RPG of all time, but nowadays I don't really like RPGs. They're too slow. The turn-based combat, and it's just, I'm not interested. I just love the way that one they had like a timing that you could toggle your attacks and defense. Really cool. Donkey Kong was amazing, especially number 2. Halo 1, 2, and 3, amazing. After that, it jumped off a bridge with 343 taking over and throwing in like the extra abilities and stuff.
Did you get the Master Chief Collection?
I did, and the launch of it was garbage. I don't know if you played it right at launch, but
no, I didn't.
It didn't run. You had to wait literally 30 to 45 minutes just to get into one match.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it was so bad. It's better now. Halo 1 started growing on me when one of my best friends was really getting into Halo 1, and we would play other people and do 2v2 and stuff like that. But yeah, Master Chief Collection, it was a good time. Trying to think of what else is standing out. Those are the big ones for sure. Zelda Breath of the Wild, of course. That's a no-brainer. Sometimes it's sometimes the really big ones and good ones are easy to be like, oh yeah, I mean, it's of course. Yeah. So I don't know. Those are ones that are sticking out right now.
What would you say? Zelda Breath of the Wild is your favorite Zelda? Ooh, you're thinking on that one.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time's right there too. But I also have some fond memories because my mom was really into Zelda games growing up as well. So that was
Okay.
like a really cool like bonding experience where we got to play that one together. Or like she'd get stuck on a boss and I'd beat the boss for her,
Hmm.
and so that was kind of cool. So that was right around junior high, I want to say. When
Okay.
was Yeah, I don't know, somewhere around there. Um, but yeah, good man. I've just got a lot of really fond memories of gaming. And that's the other thing is that like doing the whole YouTube thing is not like, oh, just sit down and play video games. I was spending like 3 to 4 times as much editing than I do playing a video game. Like between the editing, uploading, writing content descriptions, just coming up with video ideas in general, creating thumbnails and everything else, it's way more of that than it is ever like playing a video game. It's nuts.
I know, and I hate that part of it, to be honest with you. If I can
Yeah.
record something without having to edit it, because I'm inherently lazy, so if I can do that without editing it, I will for sure do that without editing it. Just
Yeah.
just because like I just it takes up so much time. It's
It
easier for
does.
me to just replay it and record it properly than it is to sit down and just edit it. You
Do
know?
you use if you know that you're going to edit something and it's not live stream, do you use sound cues at all?
No, I don't.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, actually I don't.
As you record, so when I do live streams, I might be, or not live stream, like a tutorial, I'm playing Hollow Knight.
Okay.
It's a very linear point A to point B, whatever, but I
Right.
already know there's some points I'm going to need to cut out, or let's say I make a bad jump and I'm going to redo that.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm playing, I'll make a little snap. And so, but I
Oh,
would do it
okay.
close to the microphone. So the audio spikes. So when I go to edit, I just go to those audio cues and just cut. And if I'm good about it, it takes my editing time. It cuts it in half or a third. It makes it way less.
Okay, okay. No, see, I just say cut. That's and then like I'll
Oh, that'll work.
pause.
Same thing.
Yeah, so
Same
I,
thing.
I just say cut, I pause, so that way like when I look at exactly like you said, you're looking for the spike, I'm looking for the silence.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
that's how
That
I
will
do
do
it.
it.
Yeah. It's just I don't know, just for me it's just a pain. Plus my
I
internet's
actually,
really bad. So
oh, yeah.
so the larger the file, the longer it's going to take to upload.
No, yep. Yep.
And so for because when I'm doing my editing and everything like that, and I put it into a higher quality file, it's just I turn like a 1 gig file into like a 10 gig file, and then it's just like, oh boy, this
Yeah.
is this is uploading for the next day.
Yep. I actually just recently hired an editor.
Oh, did
So
you?
not full time or anything like that. Like
See, that's what I need to do.
it's actually really awesome. I'm not gonna lie. So I started having him do like a couple videos, like
Hmm.
maybe like 1 and 3 videos. Like if one of my tutorials was it like the raw footage was longer than half hour or whatever, I
Right.
turn into a perfectionist with my own videos. Like in Hollow Knight, as you go from one screen to like the next, it would have like a 6 second load time where it
Right.
went black.
Yeah.
Not very long, barely even noticeable. But when I'm editing, I cut those out. And so it
Okay.
looks like you just go from one screen to the next screen with nothing.
Right.
Nobody does that. I'm like the only one who takes the time to do that, as far as I'm aware of. And so the editor, he doesn't do that, but it's okay, and I don't stress about it
Right.
because it saves me in the long run so much time. It's not even funny. So when I have somebody else do it, I'm very much like, good enough is good enough. Let's get more content out. That's what it's about.
Right.
It's about more content, and that little extra, that little bit, that's not gonna make somebody unsubscribe.
So
Or yeah.
so content creator to content creator, how did you go about to find an editor?
I actually used it as I made a video essentially. So
Uh-huh.
I did some Call of Duty. I had a couple of highlights, and I cut like maybe an hour long live stream into like a 10-minute highlights where there was a couple of highlights in there, right?
Okay.
I sent that 10-minute file to 5 different people on Fiverr.
Okay.
And so for $5 a piece, I said, hey, edit this however you want, use whatever music you want, whatever. Just literally, here you go. One guy never got back to me at all. One guy memed it up, and I didn't even really like the memes that much. Another guy, it was his first time ever editing. He wasn't good at all. But he was learning.
Right, right.
And then there's 2 guys who were pretty dang good. And then out of the 2 guys who were pretty dang good, one of them I just messaged back and forth a couple of times, and then yeah, it's just like, hey, do you want to edit? How would you feel about editing some tutorials? He's just like, I've never done that before. I'm like, it's easy, I promise. And so, yeah, so I paid him $5 for a couple of videos, and he's just like, hey, you mind if we go up to 10? I was just like, honestly, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, of course. And so I would send him, like I said, one in like 3 videos. So
Right.
the amount of money I was making from 3 videos would probably cover him editing a video.
Right.
And yeah, so finally got up to this Subnautica series, and I'm having him edit all of the videos,
Uh-huh.
and it's not getting a whole lot of views. I'm like, dang it. But it is what it is. It's one of those things where I'm able to get out so much more content now than I ever could before.
Right.
And now I just got to find the right content where it works. So
do you ever look at your videos and try to figure out what made a specific video work more than others? So like,
all the time.
Outside of the Hollow Knight videos, because obviously
Yeah.
that's your niche that you kind of fell into on YouTube. So other games that you might play and do videos on, do you look at those videos and be like, okay, this one did well, let me figure out why this one did well versus this one, and what I can do to kind of emulate that? Like, was it the thumbnail? Was it something that was in the editing? What, like, do you find yourself doing that a lot more than you used to now that you're starting to play more games?
I did it more in the beginning than I do now.
Okay.
And the reason being that, one, I'm an accountant, and I'm
Right.
very analytical. Like, I love seeing the numbers, and I'm constantly on my phone, like, how many people are watching, what videos are popping off or doing the best, whatever. And so even before I would choose a game, every once in a while, like, I'll put up a poll on the community. It says, hey, what do you guys want to see, this game, that game, or the next game?
Mhm.
There might be 4 or 5 games on the poll, but even before I got to the poll, I look at a bunch of different games, and I check on Google Trends, and I
Oh,
see,
do
okay,
you?
well, oh yeah, using Google Trends to see, okay, what games, kind of a bigger picture.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll go to Google and I'll type in that game, how to A. This technique's called alphabet soup. How to A, then see what pops up. How to B, see what pops up. How to C, see what pops up in the suggested
Right,
videos,
right.
right? So I'll do it either in Google and or YouTube. I'll put all of those into a list. I'll then take that entire list of how to all of those different things,
Mhm.
and then I'll see what's the search volume on all of those.
Right.
And then armed with search volume, I'll then see how many videos have been made for each one.
And
And
how
now with
long
all
ago?
of that, I can then start making videos. So my first couple of videos were Zelda Breath of the Wild, how to cook cold resist recipes, how to make whatever. How to cook was a very highly searched term when Zelda Breath of the
Right.
Wild first came out. And so those videos didn't do so hot when they first came out, but even now they've got several thousand views, and my audio was terrible. The video rendered improperly, so it's kind of hazy. I talked too long through the intro instead of getting right into how to cook.
Right.
Um,
So
yeah,
like
so
when you look at the analytics, you can see where people started to drop off.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely look at how long do people watch the video for, and because I was doing tutorials, I know that people aren't there for me. They don't care about me at all.
Right.
This isn't about me. I see my YouTube channel as a service to get people the information they need, because they have the game in their hands. The game is on. They're trying to solve their problem and get back to their game. And I feel like if I can solve that for them the best,
Right.
I win. People will come back. It's about trust and having people come back. And then when I go to live stream, they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember that guy. He
Yeah.
helped me out with whatever."
I subscribed to him a long time ago. Let me check him out again. See
Yeah.
what's up with that.
It's my view to subscriber ratio is actually really bad. So I've got maybe
That's
80% of my views.
That's
80% of my
everybody.
views are not. Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Yeah. I mean, I always say
Yeah.
if you can retain about 10% of your subscribers into views, you're doing pretty well on YouTube. It's a sad thing to think about, but that's really the truth of it. Like, you put
Yeah.
out a video, so you have about 30,000 subs right now, around there.
Yeah, I'm about to hit 35,000 tomorrow.
There you go. So,
Mm.
so let's say you have 35,000 subs. So
Yep.
as long as you're getting about 3,500 views, you know, per video, you're doing pretty much what YouTube wants you to do. You know, it's that 10% ratio to subscribers. Some subs might not. Some subs might forget about the channel and show up later on. I've had that happen. People go on with their lives, like they get busy in school and work and family, whatever.
They get bored of that game, whatever.
Yeah, and they move on. But the thing is, they don't typically unsubscribe. And then the minute that you play a different game that catches their eye, they're back. So it happens all the time. You look at it and you're like, oh, I'm only retaining 10% of my subs. That doesn't seem like it's really good, but that's the average of YouTube. I mean, like, you look at other channels, look at like Linus Tech Tips, 10 million subs. The dude barely manages 1 million views on a video. You know, it's just the nature of the way the platform works. So it's
I shoot for evergreen. Like, I'm not shooting for the video to do good today. I'm shooting for the video to do good over the next 3 to 5 years.
Well,
I'm in it for the long haul, baby.
Those videos are going to be like the Let's Plays. Those videos are going to be the tutorials and stuff like that do well. You know,
I feel like the Let's Plays don't do well for me.
You don't think so?
Not for me. I'm not, I don't know if it's just, I'm not that personality. I'm not that person I don't think I've established myself as a person that people come to hang out with yet.
I don't know about that.
That's something that has to get built in.
You seem like...
think of this. So I'm doing the Subnautica series, right? Okay. And I'm getting maybe 1,000 views per video, give or take.
Okay.
And I can do across my channel for the last month, I've got 1 million views over the last month.
Okay.
And so that's trickling in from all the different tutorials and stuff that I've done, and it's not coming in from Let's Plays, because once a Let's Play is like done, I don't know how long those are going to have views trickle in for. That's something I still have to do my research on.
Yeah, I feel like the Let's Plays that do well are the ones that, like, if there's a new game releasing, right? So Silksong, for example, if you have a lot of videos on Hollow Knight, the minute that Silksong drops, your videos are probably going to shoot up a lot. So your Breath of the Wild videos and live streams and stuff like that, when the second Breath of the Wild drops, you're going to see a spike on those videos. That's because that's how the platform is going to work. Like, for example, I'm a big Resident Evil fan. If you can't tell. Resident Evil 3 Remake is coming out in April. And my videos on Resident Evil 2, like my gameplay live streams, are getting more views. You know?
Oh yeah, you're starting to see an uptick already.
Right, huh? I'm starting to see an uptick on all the Resident Evil playthroughs that I've been doing. Hell, recently I just did Resident Evil 4. I just finished a playthrough on that, and like, I do it live streams, and on my live streams, by the time I'm done, it has like 200 views. Because the live streams initially are going to get a short amount of views. And then the next day, more people have watched it. And the next day after that, and so I'm starting to see that kind of happen with a lot of the Resident Evil live streams and Let's Plays that I've done, because of the uptick from the news of Resident Evil 3 Remake. So it's things like that. Like, you're going to see like those Let's Plays that you've done if a sequel comes up for that game or something within that realm. Yep. So I don't think
that's
it's
one
so
of the
much...
reasons why I'm doing Subnautica right now, is because the Subnautica Below Zero is going to come out fairly soon-ish. I don't know when exactly, but they're in a early release state right now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, so I wouldn't say that it's so much that you're not that type of personality to hang out with, because I've seen your live streams. You're very personable. Like, people tend... They like hanging out with you.
We do have a core community who comes in and hangs out, and people who keep coming back, and it's really awesome.
Yeah,
it really is. Yeah, we have a fun time, and I don't know. I'm still trying to navigate the waters of what's right between tutorials and tier list videos and challenges and mods, and like, there's so many different things that can be done, and I don't know, there's always something about it, like, that gets in your head. Like, just being a creative person in general, like, there's always like that little bit of judge on yourself, and then there's always the numbers that kind of back up that judging.
Well,
it's this weird dichotomy.
I mean, you know what they say, we are our own worst critic.
Oh yeah.
Nobody can judge us more harshly than we judge ourselves.
Yep.
And that's just how it is. Even with YouTube, I have a lot of content creator friends who they get depressed, and they struggle because they don't see the numbers. They get in their own heads, and I always tell them, I'm like, look, you absolutely can't focus on the numbers. You focus on those numbers, you're gonna drive yourself insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
you have no control over those numbers.
Right.
The only thing you have control over is making more and better content.
Right.
And better is subjective. So you
Very
really
much so.
it's subjected to a certain you can mess with your microphone and maybe, but you sometimes I could go on for days about this stuff. I get really excited.
That's the whole point of this, is to talk about different things, because it's different perspectives on different content creators. Like, your ideas maybe are different than my own, or different than somebody else, and that's the whole thing. I mean, like, I've built up a community with some other content creators that we share information with each other, like what works here, what doesn't work here, to kind of improve our own live streams, or our own videos or channel, whatever we can do, whatever little tidbits we can try that somebody else has tried to improve ourselves. And that's the biggest thing as a content creator, is to be able to discuss that with others. And I don't know about you, but I know from personal experiences that when I was first starting off, nobody was around to help me. You can ask different people here and there, and they'll maybe tell you something, but you have no way to like actually implement it in any sort of way. Like all those YouTubers who say how to get your first 1,000 subscribers and how to do this, and I'm like, I watch those videos now, and I'm like, there's no information in here that can help anybody.
It's so general. It's so crazy. There's really not a whole lot.
So for me, as a content creator, if somebody wants to start, I am more than happy to help them. Like, I'll show them, okay, well, this is what you need to do. If you want a live stream, we got to get you set up on OBS, and I'm going to tell them like what settings they can use for their equipment, because everybody has different equipment. So your computer might not be as powerful as mine, or my internet might be weaker than yours. So let's work and see what works for you to get you the best quality that you can get, so you can get started doing whatever it is you want to do. And so it's important to have that kind of like that network, and network out to other individuals. So that's you go on a tangent talking about different things, by all means do it, because there's people who would want to hear it.
Yeah, well, I definitely remember when I was first getting started, and I still do to this day. I will watch different people who actually give value when it comes to teaching you how to build a YouTube channel or live stream or whatever. Video creators, Roberto Blake, Daryl Eves. Man, there's a couple of them that are out there, and then also who's the best for live streams is
Post Vox. That's who I like watching.
He's a good one, for sure. And then, here it is. Gaming Careers. Okay. He has kind of an edge towards Twitch, but it's universal, a lot of that stuff anyway.
Yeah. But I mean, you mentioned like Daryl Eves and like Nick Nemeth. I watch them.
Yeah, Nick Nemeth, yeah.
And I'm like, they have some good points, but most of those things that they're trying to market towards smaller content creators, those small content creators can't really implement those tips. It's not, they say these things, but really what they're talking about can really only be implemented if you've already grown. It's
some of it for sure. I totally agree. And there's even some content creators who kind of only talk to small content creators, and I feel like they're only trying to sell them materials.
Right.
And just stop watching them.
Yeah.
You kind of figure out who works for you.
Yeah. And then the minute that I hear, oh, you can find more if you subscribe to I'm like, nope, you lost me. You lost me. You're trying to sell me? No, you lost me.
Yep.
So yeah, for sure. I mean, and what do you think for you is the most important part for your streams? Is it video, like your camera? Is it your audio?
Microphone.
Audio.
Because people will be okay with the video quality kind of being okay, as long as it's not like completely laggy and like it's unwatchable. But if you've got a terrible microphone, people can't hear it, they'll go away instantly. I feel like microphone audio has to be number one, and it just has to be good enough. It has to be better than it has to be better than this. It doesn't necessarily have to be a Blue Yeti. It could be a Blue Snowball type deal, whatever. There needs to be a a jumping in point,
I
and
mean,
it helps out a lot.
when I started live streaming and stuff, my first microphone was this one right here, which is not a bad microphone. It's just it's
Yeah.
13 years old, but it worked. It's still the same USB connection and all that stuff that we have on our newer mics. So
Yeah, what do you use? Your micro, like your voice sounds buttery smooth, and
Oh,
I feel like I'm in that point where I'm like, do I get a new microphone? Is it really worth
uh,
it? I don't know how.
okay, so I did my research on a lot of stuff. So this microphone that I used to use is a Samsung C01U. I mean,
Okay.
it was your generic microphone back then. You know, uh, what was it, 2006 when I got it? Because I used to do audio recording for like music and stuff in
Yeah.
Miami. And so I got that microphone as a studio microphone, so that way I could record vocal tracks and things like that. And so I actually reached out to Samsung because I had done a whole bunch of research. What do I get, a Blue Yeti? Do I get like the what is it, the Audio Technica? Is like what would work for
Yeah.
me? What's the best thing? And then I saw it was actually recently when this microphone came out that I'm using. This is a Samsung G-Track Pro. I'm sorry. And so it had like recently come out, and so I saw a bunch of YouTubers putting out reviews for this microphone, and I saw Epos Vox test out this microphone. And the way that he does his reviews is he will test out like 5 different microphones in the same video,
Yeah.
so you hear all the different qualities, and he'll try to keep the environment the same for each
Yeah.
test, so that way you get a good control in the in the test and all that stuff. So I heard this one, and the main review was about this microphone. So I was like, you know what? I used a Samsung for 13 years. I've loved that microphone. It was super sturdy, and you know what? Let me reach out to Samsung and see. Maybe they'll send me one. Maybe they'll help me out here. So I actually hit them up on Twitter, and I'm like, hey, I've been using this microphone. I sent them a picture of it too. I said, I've been using this microphone for 13 years. I'd like to upgrade. Is there any possible way you guys might be able to help me out? And then they send me a DM back saying that they will help me to upgrade. So they actually gave me a heavy discount on this microphone. I'm not supposed to say how much, but
That's fine. That's awesome though.
now, I mean, the microphone is like 100. It goes on sale every now and then for like 120 bucks.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the cost of Blue Yeti, if I remember.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right,
This
right
was
in that
supposed
price
to
range,
be
yeah.
the Blue Yeti killer.
Okay.
And so the problem that I had with the Blue Yetis is that the Blue Yetis don't typically pick up your bass tones properly.
Yeah. In my videos, like when I do my videos, I put it into Audacity and I increase the bass. Yeah.
Yeah, because the Blue Yeti, I don't know what is the reason for that. I mean, I don't know if maybe it's just the microphone build quality. I have no idea. But whatever it is about it, it just doesn't pick up the bass tones. And it happens in every person that I see use it. Like, I don't care what you do to it, I can still hear that it's not picking up your bass tones. Like for you, for example, I can hear clearly that it's not picking up your bass tones properly. And me doing a lot of audio from music recording and stuff like that, and being in bands and stuff, like I got my PA system back there from when I used to be in bands, and so I'm used to making adjustments on the microphones in order to get higher tones, or getting more bass tones, or balancing out the mid levels. And so when I watch other streamers who have the Blue Yetis, because a ton of people have Blue Yetis, and there's nothing wrong with it per se, because it's a good microphone. It is. It's a nice entry level microphone. It's just, I personally just don't like it because it doesn't pick up what your natural tones are. You know, it kind of cuts out the basses.
I feel that. I know nothing about sound. I learned everything from scratch. Like, it was a crash course. I mean, it was tough.
Well, I mean, I had that same problem with like Photoshop. I don't know how to do Photoshop. I mean,
I still don't use Photoshop.
My thumbnails are the laziest thumbnails you'll ever see, because
mine are in Adobe Premiere Pro.
Trust me, mine are probably lazier than yours. I just do a screenshot and that's my thumbnail. Screenshot, letters. That's it. That's my thumbnail. You're good to go.
Yeah, that's pretty much me as well. I sometimes I have to like strain myself to like remember to do a shock face right here.
Yeah, every now and then I'll do a video, like it'll have me with like a reaction or whatever. And those, to be honest, those videos get better views. Like
Yeah.
when they see you and you're like reacting to something, whatever, they do better. Because I mean, the thumbnail is the first thing that people see, so it pulls them in.
You
But
have to get the click.
yeah,
As long as you deliver. There's so many people who are anti, like, don't be clickbait, but it's like, yeah, you don't want to be clickbait. Clickbait means it's a negative term, meaning you are not
Right.
delivering on what the value that you say you're going to.
Exactly.
But you have to get the click.
Exactly.
Like you're not out here trying to hide from people. So it has to look good.
Yeah.
It has to be
does.
good. It has to look good.
It's first impressions.
Yeah, there's I don't know. Yeah, so it's really hard trying to figure out like how much of do you want to give away in the title and on the thumbnail versus how much do you want to give away just in the text of the title. Like,
right.
I don't know. That's always been an interesting thing trying to figure all that out.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to figure out on YouTube. It doesn't matter how long you've been on the platform for. How long you been doing this, by the way?
2.5 years.
All right, so about the same as me.
August, it'll be 3 years.
My 3 years is gonna be April, so yeah,
Okay,
about the same as me. It's tough. There's a lot of stuff to figure out. My thing is, and I mean, I know I could grow faster if I fall into a niche. I just don't like to, because for me, I get bored if I only do one thing all the time. And I mean, no offense to you at all when I say it. It's just
I'm angry. I'm just
like, I couldn't do Hollow Knight every day, for however long it's been for you. I've done that and I get bored of it. And then it becomes to the point that I don't want to touch the game ever again, because then it's like, I can't look at it anymore. So, so for me, I kind of, I have my one, my niche that I do play, which is a Sword Art Online game, but I play, like, my live streams, I do so many other games, because that's for me what I enjoy. And in my eyes, I have to do what I enjoy, or else I won't enjoy YouTube at all, or streaming at all.
I agree.
And I'm not saying that, like, doing a niche, you can't enjoy it, because if you do enjoy it, I know guys who've been doing the same videos for like the past 4 years, because they enjoy it. I just can't fall into something like that.
Yeah. I'm just running out of ideas for Hollow Knight. I still love the game,
and that's
the problem. I enjoy it.
That's the problem. You run out of things. Yeah.
So I mean, luckily there's like mods and stuff that are coming out that I haven't done yet before. But it's like, do I want to play the entire game all over again, just with a slightly different flavor? Is that even going to be fun for other people to watch?
Do it blindfolded.
Yeah, right.
Do Path of Pain blindfolded.
Oh my gosh, no, thank you, no, thank you. I don't know. I am slightly addicted to the numbers. I'm not gonna lie. Like that is fun for me. Like because I've been doing these, like I said. So again, like, been doing the Subnautica videos. I put out one Hollow Knight video and it got like 5,000 views in like half a day or something like that. Right. Compared to, like, that was better than all the Subnautica videos that I just put hours and hours and hours into, and that video only took me 20 minutes.
Right.
It's just like, but you have to, you cannot pigeonhole yourself and just become a one-trick pony, because that one trick's gonna go away. It does not last forever.
It certainly
so yeah, I'm always gonna keep pinging on different games and always trying different things, and
see what grabs attention.
Yeah, something else that I enjoy will pop off, and it'll be great. But it is funny. You ever get people who are like, "Hey, play this other game that it's nothing like you've ever done, but you probably won't like it, but you should do it anyway."
I get that all the time.
Right? All the time. What are some of the games that you're like, I'm not going to play it. Just stop asking.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Really? Okay, interesting.
I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. Yeah. But I'm kind of jaded when it comes to Dragon Ball games, because
that's understandable.
They've made so many, because Bandai has a contract where they have to do a new Dragon Ball game every year.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's with what is it? Toei Animation. In order for Bandai to keep their contract to produce Dragon Ball games, they have to make a new Dragon Ball game every year. So
that's such a bad idea.
So that has made me very, very jaded towards Dragon Ball games, because most of them are trash.
I didn't realize that they were putting them out every year. Like I remember from
Yeah.
PlayStation from back in the day, and it was just always 2D fighting game. It's just like,
like you don't realize it until you actually look at when certain games came out, and then you're like, oh, well, it has been a year. Like I think Dragon Ball Fighters was last year, or maybe it was like at the end of the year before. I don't remember. It's been so long, or maybe it hasn't been that long. But either way, I mean, like Dragon Ball Kakarot. Like for me, that's everyone keeps asking me, "Oh, you gonna play Dragon Ball Kakarot? Oh, you should play Dragon Ball Kakarot." I'm like, I don't want to, guys. Like, first of all, I don't want to play the Dragon Ball story all over again, or Dragon Ball Z story. If they did Dragon Ball in there, going back all the way, then I'd be interested because we haven't had that in a long time. But yeah, that's my game that people keep asking me for. What about you?
Interesting. I get Terraria a lot, and what is it? Minecraft.
Really?
Yeah, people are like, you should play Minecraft. Come play Minecraft with us. Come on, let's play. I'm just like, I've played it like twice, and I got in there, and then I got some dirt, and then I didn't know what I'm supposed to do with this dirt and the twigs, and I'm like, I guess I'm supposed to build something, but I don't know what. I don't know how to make a crafting table or what to craft with the crafting table. I'm just like, I lost interest like that. I'm just like,
But really, do a lot of people ask you for Minecraft? Or is it just
quite
like
a
the same
few
people over and over?
No, it kind of changes, and then I hear Terraria quite a bit. Terraria, I don't know how you say it, but
I can see that one people asking you for. I don't know why. I guess I don't know.
It feels like the same level as Minecraft. Like I feel like you're gonna play the game. I don't like everyone I watch. They build a big tower and they dig really far down, and I don't get what the rest of the game is about or what the draw is, but it doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't look interesting. I mean, like I get there's a grind and you get some cool loot and you can play with your friends and stuff like that. Cool. There's certain games that like I don't have time. I've got a wife and 2 kids. I've got a 3rd kid on the way.
Oh, dude, congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Wife's in her 3rd trimester. We don't know if we're gonna have a boy or a girl. We're gonna keep that as a surprise until baby gets here.
You're gonna be on live stream. She's gonna come in. I'm in labor.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. So. It very well could happen. So
I have 2 kids myself, so I understand.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You get it. I
do.
It's one of those things like you don't want to start a game if you're not sure if you're going to enjoy it. And when you've been a gamer for your whole life, you already know kind of what grind loops you enjoy and what you don't enjoy.
Right. And the other thing too, I'm glad you mentioned that because I bring this up to people all the time. When new games get announced, I can tell right away what kind of game it's going to be and whether or not I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, it could only take a couple of seconds. Just the art style alone, you could look at it and be like, eh.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, I can tell you stories of my subscribers who have been like, oh, are you getting this game? It looks so good. And I'm like, that game is going to flop so hard. It's going to be so bad. What was it? Jump Force. Which came out last year. People were like, oh, are you going to get Jump Force? It looks good. I'm like, that looks really bad. It's not going to do good, guys. Yeah. And sure enough, it's not doing well. It didn't do well at all. I could walk into a GameStop a year later and still see collector's editions because they can't sell them. Yeah. So it's just those, again, from being a gamer. I know from being a gamer. We can see the writing on the walls for some of these games. And we know what we like.
And also you get used to like the different studios and who's making it and who's the publisher. And oh wait, did you hear that so and so quit the game midway through? That's probably gonna be pretty bad. Yeah. Whatever. Like we I don't know. Do you follow the news on a lot of games as well, or do you kind of? Yeah, I follow a lot.
Oh yeah. Well,
I can't help it.
And here's the other thing too, as a streamer, and I'm sure you run into this too. Like if there's a game that comes out that's really story driven, story heavy. The way that I see it is like if I was looking forward to that game, as much as I would love to stream it, I kind of want to play it on my own because if I play it on stream, I can't enjoy the story as much as if it was by myself.
Yeah,
because
I can see that. Yeah,
I'm interacting with the chat. I'm trying to keep everybody entertained, and like I don't know, like Death Stranding, for example, came out.
Oh yeah.
And I was looking forward to it. I bought it. I have the freaking collector's edition right there, and so I I think I played on live stream for like 2 hours, and then I was like, you know what? I can't do this on live stream. As much as I would love to, because that was the hype moment for the game. Was when it first came out, everybody's live streaming it. People were gonna jump in for views, looking for live streams and stuff like that. Especially because they want to see how the game goes, whether or not they want to buy it.
That's the hard part, though, but because then you're competing with everyone else who's streaming it, and you're competing with the big guys, a lot of big guys who are streaming it.
But the way here, okay, so here's what I've noticed for games like that.
Teach me, because I have not streamed a whole lot of brand new games before. So please,
here's what I've noticed, and this is kind of like advice to anybody who who's watching this and is thinking about doing content creation and stuff. Like, don't get intimidated by new games thinking that all the big streamers are doing it. One, you and I were on a different platform. All the big streamers, they're on Twitch. They're not.
True.
You got
true.
You got some of them on YouTube, but the really big ones are on Twitch. So we're not competing with them. On top of that, a lot of people, while they do like going into the bigger streamers, live streams and stuff like that, they can't interact with those streamers. You got the chat going a million miles an hour. A lot of people like to sit down, interact with us, and so they'll look for the smaller streamers. I do that all the time. Because, I mean, if I jump into, I don't know, like Pokimane, for example. If I jump into her streams, she's got thousands of viewers. I can't. There's no way that she's even going to notice me unless I, like, donate or something, which I'm not going to. But, if I jump into like your stream, or if I jump into some of my friends' streams, or just somebody I've never met, I get to interact with them because they're small streamers. So that's why it's like, don't be intimidated for that. I had that actually happen when Link's Awakening came out on the Switch. Yeah. I got it midnight release. I downloaded it on my Switch. I was gonna buy the physical copy. I was like, you know what? Let me hype this up. Let me play the original Game Boy game on live stream while we're waiting for the download to happen, so I can go and start live streaming Link's Awakening. So I did that. I live streamed the original Game Boy game on an emulator because there's no other way to do it. Yeah. And so I had like 20 people watching, and then when the game actually dropped and I go live, like I was already live when I switched over to the new version. I'm there playing, and all of a sudden, I didn't even know, because I was so into playing the game and just talking while I'm playing. I had like 60, 70 people in the live stream just out of nowhere. Nice. And I'm like, and the minute that like I look at it, I was like, holy shit, where did these people come from? So don't get intimidated because it's a new game and you think, oh, all the bigger streamers are going to be playing it. I have plenty of friends who stream the newest games, and they draw in a ton of people. A friend of mine, her name is Allie. Her channel is Allie BMac. Fantastic live streamer. Oh my God, she's so much fun to watch. She live streamed Death Stranding. She had like 200 plus people in her live stream.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and for me, I was like, it'd be nice to do that, but I wanted to keep it to myself, to keep the game to myself to enjoy. So it's I was like, okay, I can't look at the numbers in that case because it would bother me, but at the same time I know me and I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. So yeah, don't be intimidated. If you ever find a new game or whatever that you're looking forward to, by all means play it on live stream. See what people react to. There's nothing wrong with that. Little Nightmares.
I'm trying to go on.
Little Nightmares, I was watching you play it. I want to see you play more horror games.
I know. That's why Subnautica has been fun, because I jump scare at everything. I'm actually terrified of water.
You need to play a legit horror game. That's what you need to play.
What's a legit horror game?
Like I don't want to say Outlast, because that's just like everybody's played Outlast, but like Layers of Fear, The Beast Inside, Evil Within, a Resident Evil game. Resident Evil 7 would be a good one. I'm just saying, because like just seeing your reactions,
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Just seeing your reactions was a lot of fun. And people seem to enjoy that. So
definitely. Yeah. It's fun.
That's my thing. For me,
I would never play those games by myself though. Like the only reason I'm playing it is because there's a bunch of people who were there with me.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're all enjoying it. And then I can kind of let out that anxiety and fear. with people, and there's just like, okay, I'm okay. I'm not alone.
Right.
This is fine. And then my wife will come in and be like, "Can you keep it down? I'm trying to sleep."
Oh man. Okay, so I was playing PT
So yeah,
demo.
this is the where I stream in the closet in a walk-in closet because well, one, it's got the best acoustics in the house. I mean,
Right.
it makes sense because the whole house is tile.
Right.
And yeah, yeah, there is nowhere else. I mean, the living room, kitchen, kids' rooms, and then here. This is it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fortunate enough I have the room here, but like for example, I was streaming PT demo. I never played it before. I've seen videos of people playing it and all that, but I've never played it before. And luckily enough, somebody remade the game, or through what was it, Unreal Engine, and they put it up for everybody to download. And so I never played it, so I was playing it, and my wife walks in, and in the middle of me playing it, she puts her hand on my shoulder, not trying to scare me.
Oh my gosh! But got you good, huh?
Oh my god! There's a clip on my channel of that. And when I put up that clip, it got like a good few thousand views on it. And that's the thing about horror games. You get so many good clips from that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You want to do a stream highlight compilation? There's your stream highlight compilation right there. Watch Relyea scream his heart out.
I did that for the first Little Nightmares stream. I definitely did a compilation of that. But yeah, sometimes like when I'm playing a game like that, my daughter one day she comes into the closet and she sneaks under the green screen and grabs my leg, trying to get my attention.
Oh no!
I screamed, and then I'm like, baby girl, what are you doing?" And she starts crying. I'm like, "It's okay. You just scared me really bad." She's like, "You scared me."
Oh, no.
I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry."
How old is she?
She's 7. So I got a 7 and a 2-year-old. Yeah.
So your oldest is 2 years younger than my oldest.
Okay.
So yeah, I could see. Oh my god, that would give me a heart attack. Are you kidding?
Yeah. Got me good.
Oh, are
got
you
me
kidding?
good.
Oh boy. So all right. So I don't want to keep this longer than an hour. We're sitting here at over an hour. So anything that you'd like to say before we go? Promote yourself and what's coming up on the channel that people can look forward to.
What's coming up? So, gonna finish up Little Nightmares on the live stream. I live stream every Tuesday at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. Looking forward to Little Nightmares 2. Oddworld Soulstorm's coming out this year. Hollow Knight Silksong whenever that comes out. Ori and the Will of the Wisp comes out.
Oh, that looks so good.
March 11th.
Ori and the Will. Oh man, that looks so beautiful. The art style alone is gorgeous.
Oh yeah. So good. So good. So looking forward to all that. Dropping in some more Hollow Knight videos. Yeah. Other than that, man, there's not a whole lot going on. I'm just trying to make more content, better content, and just do all that good stuff. Yeah. If anybody's looking to start making YouTube videos and like wants to jump into it, think about why you want to do it. If you just want to make videos just because you're trying to have fun with it, by all means go for it. But if you're like, I want to do this full time, I'm legitimately out here trying to do this to make this my career, like swap over kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's coming up on 3 years, and wife's like, "When's this gonna happen?" I'm like, just we're getting there. We're getting there.
Look,
It's tough.
3 years, I finally got my first Twitch paycheck.
Jeez.
So, I mean, I've been getting paychecks from YouTube for almost 3 years, but Twitch, because I live stream both on Twitch and YouTube, I just got my first Twitch paycheck. So
yeah,
that's people need to keep that in mind. It's not gonna happen overnight.
It doesn't.
Follow Relyea over on Twitch or Twitch on Twitter.
Just YouTube. I'm just on YouTube and Twitter at Relyea.
I meant to say Twitter. I always do that, even when I'm typing into like my URL bar, and I'm like, Twitch, no, Twitter. I do that all the time. But follow him on Twitter. Links will be down below in the description for his YouTube channel, all that stuff. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it, dude.
Hey, thank you. And hopefully I'll talk to you again more soon.
Yeah, I got some links and stuff I want to send over to you to give you some free games to potentially play.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be fun. I'll check some stuff out.
I'll hook you up with some stuff so you can branch out a little bit more that you want to.
No, man, I hope one of them's a horror game.
There's a lot of horror games that they do on there. Basically, it's review copies of games.
Okay.
So, they look for YouTubers all the time to play their games and stuff like that. So I'll go ahead and send you some links so you can sign up for that and basically do everything that they ask you to do on there so you can get yourself some review copies of games. I've gotten tons of games from doing that. So
Down.
keeps things interesting. So anyways, thank you once again. And everybody else, thank you so much for watching. And hopefully I'll get to have you back on the channel. I mean, we're all busy. Everybody's busy. So it's a pain to get everybody on here at different times. But thank you so much for making time out of your day.
Sounds good. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. See ya.